Stop searching for gold in the mountains. The real treasure is hiding in your pocket change. Today, I will show you how to spot a $10,000 error. Don't blink or you miss the jackpot. Look at these Google results for the 1965 quarter. People are going crazy searching for the silver transitional error market. Prices are skyrocketing for certified mint mistakes. But beware, most of what you see online is just hype. Look at these Google ads popping up everywhere. Instant cash for your 1965 quarter, they say. Everyone wants to buy your pocket change for cheap. The internet is a jungle full of hungry sharks. Don't click on those fake expert valuation links. Scammers are paying big money to be on top. They want your data and your rare coins for peanuts. They promise you millions just to steal your time. Always check the source before you trust them. Ad. Real numismatics happens here, not on a banner. These ads are designed to trick your common sense. They use shiny silver photos to lure you in. But remember, if it sounds too good, it's a trap. Stay away from those get-rich-quick coin schemes. I'm here to show you the science, not the hype. Enough with these boring Google ads and scams. Let's dive into the real database of the world. I'm opening Numismatics to show you the cold facts. This is where the serious collectors find the truth. No more guessing, just pure numismatic data. Before 1965, quarters were 90% solid silver. After 1965, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel clad. The 1964 weighs 6.25 grams, while the 1965 weighs only 5.67. This tiny difference in weight means thousands of dollars. Look at this 1964 Washington quarter on Numismatics. This is the silver era, 90% pure metal. The edge is a solid, bright white silver line. No layers, no copper, just one single precious strike. This is what a real coin should look like. A silver quarter weighs exactly 6.25 grams. The sound it makes is a high-pitched crystal ring. Collectors call this junk silver, but it's real money. Notice the mint marks and the deep luster here. If yours looks like this, you're in the green. Now, let's switch to the 1965 clad series. The U.S. Mint changed the game to save money. They created a sandwich of copper and nickel. The weight dropped down to 5.67 grams. Instantly, it was the end of an era for silver hunters. Look closely at the edge of this 1965 specimen. You see that brownish, reddish line in the middle? That is the copper core showing through the nickel in the business. We call this a clad coin. It's the unmistakable sign of a common strike. The jackpot happens when a 1965 looks like a 1964. If your 65 has a solid white edge, stop everything. You might have found a rare transitional silver error. That's the holy grail we're all looking for. Check your change. Now, the hunt is real. Eyes can be fooled by a simple silver plating. Scammers are getting better at hiding the copper. That's why I'm bringing out the heavy artillery. Science is much better than just guessing. We need a test that reveals the inner metal. You won't believe it, but scammers even forge common coins. They plate cheap copper quarters to make them look like silver. They try to trick beginners with fake rare varieties. That's why you need a professional testing method. This is why I'm using a powerful N42 magnet. It's a non-invasive way to check the core. Silver and copper nickel react very differently. If it's a fake, the magnet will scream the truth. Let's see if this coin is a hero or a zero. 1965 was a year of massive changes in America. LBJ was in the White House and the war was on. Silver was getting too expensive for the mint. The Coinage Act changed everything for collectors. It was the birth of the modern clad system. People were hoarding silver coins by the millions. The US Treasury was running out of precious metal. They had to act fast to keep the economy moving. So they created this copper-nickel sandwich coin, a cheaper way to pay for the American dream. Look at Washington's portrait on this specimen. The design by John Flanagan stayed almost the same, but the strike on the 1965 often feels different. The nickel layer is harder than the old silver. It's a tougher coin for a much tougher era. To stop the hoarding, they kept the 1964 date. They minted millions of 1964 coins well into 1965. This created a massive confusion for hunters. Later, that's why finding a true 1965 silver is so rare. It's a ghost from the old world of money. Most people just spin these without a second look, but every 1965 quarter tells a story of survival. It's the bridge between the old and the new world. Even if it's common, it represents a huge shift. Now let's get ready for the final magnetic test. Most 1965 quarters you find are heavily circulated. They've been in pockets and vending machines for years. Finding one in mint state is actually quite hard. Collectors look for sharp details on Washington's hair. The luster is what separates junk from a collection piece. In the US, professional grading can change the price. An MS671965 quarter can be worth hundreds of dollars, even without the silver error. Quality pays off. I'm checking this specimen for any major bag marks. Every scratch on the surface tells a story of survival. To expose the fakes, I use this Neodymium N42 magnet. It's a powerful tool that doesn't damage your coins. Silver is diamagnetic. It creates a subtle resistance. If it sticks or slides too fast, you know it's a fake. Watch as I bring the N42 magnet close to the quarter. Absolutely no reaction. The coin stays perfectly still. This silence is actually a very good sign for us. It proves the core is not made of cheap steel or iron. This is a genuine second series copper-nickel strike. Scammers love to use steel because it's heavy and cheap. They plate it with a thin layer of silver or nickel. It looks real to the eye, but the magnet knows better. If this was a low-quality Chinese fake, it would jump. But our 1965 specimen is passing the first test. To show you the power of this N42, look at this. I'm bringing in a common 2-cent euro coin. It's copper-plated steel, and the magnet grabs it fast, even from a distance. The attraction is violent. That's what happens when there is iron inside. Since our quarter doesn't react like the 2-cent coin, we can confirm it's the official US mint composition. It's not a fake, but it's also not the silver error. It's a real, honest 1965 clad Washington quarter. Science has given us the final definitive answer. Watch how the magnet don't reacts to this 1965 specimen. I'm sliding it at a 45-degree angle to feel the drag. This test is the first line of defense for every hunter. Never buy a rare coin without checking its magnetism. Finding a common 1965 coin is not a total failure. It's a lesson on how to avoid the fake silver trap. Every professional hunter started with a clad coin. The real win is the knowledge you gain today. Knowledge that will eventually lead you to the gold. Mark your calendars for March 25th at 9 p.m. I'm dropping a 1-hour special documentary on face reveal and a special gold coin. We will go deeper into the secrets of gold in general. You don't want to miss the ultimate numismatic guide. Thanks for watching the Gold Channel today. Subscribe now to stay updated on the best coin hunts. Keep your eyes open and your magnets ready. Stay hungry, stay rock. Gabba gabba hey.